Have you ever felt like you knew about God, but maybe didn't really know Him? Today, we're going to look at one of the most profound statements Jesus ever made, where He connects Himself directly to the Father in a way that could change how you and I relate to God forever. This could be the moment where the abstract idea of knowing God becomes a real, tangible relationship for you. Let's dive into it. In this part of our series, Discovering Jesus, a journey through the book of John, we're in John 14, verses 7 through 15, and Jesus says something here that is almost shocking. I'm reading from the New Living Translation. If you had really known me, you would know who my Father is. From now on, you do know Him and have seen Him. Philip said, Lord, show us the Father, and we will be satisfied. And Jesus replied, have I been with you all this time, Philip, and yet you still don't know who I am? Anyone who has seen me has seen the Father. So why are you asking me to show Him to you? Wow, think about that. Jesus is telling Philip, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. Now, have you ever found yourself thinking, if I only could just see God or hear Him clearly, then I would believe, or then I would know what to do? Philip had that exact desire, and Jesus' response is incredible. So here's a question for you to chew on. Do you believe that Jesus really is the visible image of the invisible God? And if He is, what does that mean for your faith? Are we willing to trust what Jesus shows us about who God is? Let's go on. Jesus doesn't stop there. In John 14, 10 and 11, He says, don't you believe that I am in the Father and the Father is in me? The words I speak are not my own, but my Father who lives in me does His work through me. Just believe that I am in the Father and the Father is in me, or at least believe because of the work you have seen me do. Jesus is urging His disciples to believe not only His words, but His actions. And maybe that's a question for us today too. What would it take for you to truly believe? Would seeing a miracle change it for you? Or is it possible that Jesus has already shown you enough through His life, His sacrifice, His love for you to fully believe? Jesus is actually inviting us here to know God in a real and personal way. Not just know about Him, but to know Him, His heart, His love, His mercy. And it's possible because Jesus is the way to the Father. What does it look like in your life to have a personal relationship with Jesus, to actually know the Father through Him? And maybe the deeper question is, are you letting Jesus be that connection for you? Or are you still holding back, keeping God at a distance? Let's read on. In John 14, 12 through 14, Jesus makes an incredible promise. He says, I tell you the truth. Anyone who believes in me will do the same works I have done, and even greater works, because I am going to be with the Father. You can ask for anything in my name, and I will do it, so that the Son can bring glory to the Father. Yes, ask me for anything in my name, and I will do it. Can you imagine that? Jesus says if we believe, we will do even greater works. This isn't just a call to believe. It's a call to action. He's asking us to step out, to trust Him in ways that go beyond just words. So here's a question. What would your life look like if you took Jesus at His word and started asking boldly in His name? And are you willing to let God use your life to bring Him glory? If this message has stirred something in you, I invite you to join us in this journey by hitting that like button, sharing this video, and subscribing to the channel. And hey, Let's make this more than just a video. Jump into the comments and let me know. What do you think it would look like to truly know God? Have you experienced a moment when Jesus became real to you? Let's start a conversation. And if you'd like to help us continue sharing these messages, you can partner with us on Patreon. With your support, we can reach more people with the gospel, bringing Jesus to the very ends of the earth. Thank you so much for joining me today in Discovering Jesus, a journey through the book of John. Remember, Jesus is the way to the Father, and through him, we can know God deeply, personally. God bless.